Sure, the Politify sector has cooled slightly lately with the election not being for another 4 months, and also because the crypto market as a whole has been slow due to the summertime and also the German government and Mt. Gox selling going on. But there is one sector within Politify which is red hot currently, and it's going to get even hotter in the next few days. And that sector is the Republican vice presidential sector. There are coins for each of the potential front-running nominees. Now, why is the sector hot right now? Well, that is obvious because the Republican National Convention kicks off in 3 days on Monday afternoon, and Trump will have to name his VP by then. So it could either happen right at the start of the convention, Monday afternoon, or more likely it'll be leaked online via maybe a press release or social media post earlier in the day, Monday, like Monday morning, or even Sunday night. It could also be announced as early as Saturday afternoon at a Trump rally in Pittsburgh. I'll go over why in a second. But first of all, as for who the final nominees are, so the list appears to be down to 4 finalists. These 4 people Trump talked about a lot in an interview this morning with NBC News. No surprises here. Marco Rubio of Florida, J.D. Vance of Ohio, Doug Burgum of North Dakota, and Tim Scott of South Carolina. Here they are. There are coins for each of them. I'm not really going to go over the coins, do any TA of that. You can do that. Each coin is at generally about a $1 million market cap or a $500,000 market cap. There's a Burgum on ETH. It's the coin I own. There's a Burgum on Sol. There's a Vance on ETH. There's a Vence on Sol. There's a Rubio, I believe, on ETH. And then there's a Scott on ETH as well. Now, as for who is in the lead, well, nobody really knows because the campaign has been tight-lipped. The latest sources indicate that it's a 2-man race between Doug Burgum of North Dakota, J.D. Vance of Ohio, and they are neck and neck, very close. That came from a New York Post article right here, which was printed 2 days ago, which inside sources say that those are the 2 front-runners. One source said Burgum and Vance are dead even. Another source further down the article said Burgum had a slight edge with a 50% chance of winning. Vance had a 30% chance of winning. Rubio had a 10% chance winning. But then today, the odds shifted again. J.D. Vance is now in the lead in the Vegas betting odds, saying that he has a 48% chance of winning. Doug Burgum has a 29% chance of winning. Rubio 12%, Scott 5%. This other odds maker is pretty similar. J.D. Vance 42%, Doug Burgum 27%. So it's very carefully got to watch on Saturday, this rally in Pennsylvania. Why? Because this rally is happening 47 miles from the Ohio border, where J.D. Vance is senator. Now, there's no word on if Vance is going to be at the rally or not. If Vance is at the rally and he is the nominee, you think that's a pretty good time for Trump to announce him. But if Vance is not at the rally, then no announcement will be made. On the contrary, if Vance is at the rally and no announcement is made, I would expect the other coins like Burgum, Rubio, and Scott to pump, because then it increased the chances of one of those 3 getting the nomination. Now, there are some things pointing to Vance being the nominee. That's why the odds increased today. One of them is that Donald Trump Jr., it was revealed, is scheduled to speak on Wednesday at the Republican National Convention just before J.D. Vance is scheduled to speak. Some people think that since they're friends, Donald Trump Jr. will be officially introducing Vance. It's tough to say. The source downplayed this and said Vance has been on the schedule for weeks, so it shouldn't really mean anything. Additionally, voting in Vance's favor is that Trump was asked. Trump previously did not like J.D. Vance's facial hair and his beard. A couple days ago, Trump was asked, "What do you think of the beard? Will it affect Vance's chances?" And Trump affirmatively said it will not affect his chances. He is a nominee. Additionally, in that same interview, Trump was asked about Burgum and his near total abortion issue, and Trump did say it was a bit of an issue. So some people thought that was a negative for Burgum, that Trump was criticizing, and maybe it reduces his chances of getting the nod. Other people took it as sort of a false lead. Maybe Trump has already chosen Burgum, and he was just kind of telling him, okay, well, I am choosing you, but you are going to have to change your abortion stance. Tough to say. Additionally, voting in Burgum's favor is that Burgum, when he was asked if he'd talked to Trump about the VP gig, Burgum basically said no comment. He refused to answer. He said all conversations between him and Trump about the VP nod will stay between them. On the contrary, Vance was asked that same question. He specifically said he had not gotten the call from Trump about the VPs. More specifically, he said that he hadn't talked to him about the VP pick at all. Rubio also said the same thing. Additionally, voting in Burgum's favor is that Melania Trump. Reports are that she prefers Doug Burgum as VP because she is friends with Burgum's wife, Catherine Burgum. We know somebody's wife and girlfriend. Their opinion is very valuable. It can matter a lot. So I don't think people should sort of dispose of this evidence here. This is very, very important. Now, why are people not really that hot on Rubio? Because Rubio was at the Trump rally in Miami on Monday. Rubio spoke. So if Rubio was the VP, that would would have been a good time for Trump to announce him. Since Trump didn't announce him, a lot of people felt that that meant Rubio has been eliminated for contention. Additionally, Tim Scott, there's just not too much news on whether he is in the mix or is not. People just don't know. And that is it. So at this point, it is anyone's guess. I do think Vance and Burgum are the front runners. I think it's close, 50-50, too close to call. I think announcement will probably happen Monday before the convention. I do think the winning nominees' coins will pump. All the other coins obviously will not pump, so it's risky. The rewards are high, but definitely invest more of a modest amount because, again, the risk-reward ratio is pretty high. That's it. Be back later with a new video. Drop a comment down below. Let me know who you think is going to get the nomination. Let me know whose coins you bought. Hit the like drop button if you haven't already. Catch you later.